Hello everybody, I'm Alvise and today I want to present something new, the Novamira CLI, a second way to connect your AI agent to WordPress, made for coding agents. Novamira is the free open source WordPress plugin that gives AI agents full access to your WordPress site. Up to now you've used Novamira as an MCP server. That's how most people connect today, and for a chat-style client it's still the way. But if your agent lives in the terminal, for example Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, there's now a second door, the Novamira CLI. One distinction first, and it's about capability, not brand. The CLI is for any agent that can run shell commands, so Claude Code, whether that's the CLI or the code tab inside the Claude desktop app, plus Codex, Cursor, and so on. For a chat-style client that only speaks NCP, like Claude desktop chat tab, keep using the NCP connection. And to be clear, the CLI does not change what Novamira can do. Same abilities, same permissions, same admin-only authentication. It is a second door into the same house, not a new house. The CLI itself is free and it works with Novamira and with Novamira Pro. If you run Pro, your skills and project memory come through the CLI exactly as they do over MCP. Same Novamira underneath. If your agent has a terminal, the CLI fits. If it only chats, MCP does. So why add a command line when Novamira already works over MCP? For months now there's been a real conversation in the AI developer community about connecting agents through CLIs instead of MCP servers. Take this one from Tom Bedor, MCP is a fad, or this from the Quandary Engineering blog, MCP is dead. These aren't new, they were written months ago, and the point they make is practical. MCP servers often load a pile of tool definitions into the agent's context upfront, whether it needs them or not. Now, to be fair, that's not our problem. The Novamira MCP is already lean. It exposes just a few meta tools and discovers the actual abilities on demand. So this isn't us fixing a token issue. For Novamira, the CLI wins on a few things. First, it helps you connect. The CLI walks the agent through the steps to set up and authorize the connection, so getting started is guided and not guesswork. Second, and this is the big one, it can troubleshoot itself. With MCP, if the connection has a problem, the agent is stuck. The tools simply aren't there, and it can tell you why. With the CLI instead, the agent runs commands, tests the connection, reads the real errors, and works out what's wrong, and finally proposes a fix and applies it. There's even a doctor command built for exactly that. The agent diagnoses and recovers on its own. And a quiet one, it can filter output. An MCP tool hands back whether it returns straight into the agent's context. On the command line, the agent can pipe the result and keep only what matters. For example, grab for a line, take the first few, pull a single field. So verbose output never has to flood the context. So let me show you. A quick note before we start with the installation. The CLI needs Node.js 22 or later and Novamira 1.11.0. So if your site is on an older version, update the plugin first. And now let's head to novamira.ai/CLI, and here you'll find the command to run in your terminal. So we copy the command, and then we go to the terminal where we paste it and run it. And the installation starts. And after a while you end up with a list of agents, always included, and even ask if you want to add more. For example, I want to add Claude Code. And it wires itself up for that one. That's the only thing that you have to do. You install the CLI just once, even if you'll be using it to manage several different sites. And after the installation, you just talk to your agent. Now I'm in Claude Code and I'll start with the configuration of Novamira CLI on a local site. The very first time, the agent needs you to authorize the site. So the agent starts the login and you just approve it in the browser. After the authorization in the browser, the agent checks the site, discovers what it can do, inspects before acting. And now that Novamira CLI is connected on the local site, I'll do the same with the site online. And it's all done. As you could see, I didn't run any of those commands. I just said one sentence per site. So that's the Novamira CLI. You install it once and point your coding agent at it. From there, the agent connects to WordPress and discovers what it can do. If you want to try it, the install steps and docs are in the description. Give it a like and subscribe for more Novamira content, and I'll see you in the next one.